It's great being here in Germany. It's like the fourth time I've been here. I always had a great time. My son is studying in Berlin, so I wouldn't have been here, but his mother wanted to come and see him. So part of the deal is she gets to come over and see her baby, and so we'll go to Berlin and hang out. But it's great to be here. You guys are great. It's really been fun. Good. Yeah, I think they're a little beyond shape. No, they wouldn't want me to say that, but I can't see Danny Aykroyd. You know, Danny has a lot of business interests, and his latest interest is Skull Vodka. So, in fact, they just sold their 1 millionth bottle of vodka, and it's his company that produces vodka. So, if it's a choice between the vodka and him getting in shape, I think I think the vodka would win out. And I don't think Bill Murray's going to get in shape playing golf. Golf is not one of those games that gets you in shape. And Harold likes to cook, so. But I don't know. I'm sure they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be ready when it's time, I guess. Even though I saw Bill Murray on Zombieland, he was looking a little rough there, you know. I kept thinking, is that makeup or is it?
Do you still remember how you became a Ghostbuster? Was there a casting for the first movie, or did someone call you and tell you about you?
How I got in the first Ghostbuster? I did a movie called Space Hunter with Molly Ringwald. And she was a little girl. She was like about 12. In fact, if you watch Space Hunter, it was with Peter Strauss, and it came out in 3D, which was really bad because it just didn't work. But supposed to be, you have the glasses on, and you have to keep turning your head to get it in focus. But you can actually see Molly sort of grow in the movie. I mean, she started out, and 6 months later, by the time we finished, she had sort of come into her, a certain maturity, and so you can actually see that in the movie, which I thought was interesting. I get my sons and go, "Hey guys, check this out." No, so Ivan Reitman, who produced Ghostbusters, he produced that movie. And so when he was doing Ghostbusters, he told me that he was doing Ghostbusters, but there wasn't a part for me in it. So I said, okay. And then I found out there was a part, but they refused to see me because in Space Hunter, I played a character, my head was shaved, and I was sort of, pumped up, and he didn't believe that I could. In that movie, it was sort of bigger than life, and in Ghostbusters, he had to sort of fit in with everybody, and so it took me a long time to get an interview. But when I finally did get an interview, it went very well. So they put me on tape, and then they asked me to come back again, so they could put me on tape. So I went back again, and then they said, "We really like Ernie, but can he come back again so we can put him on tape?" So I went back again, and they put me on tape. And then they waited around about a month and a half, and then they called and said, "We'd like to do a screen test." So I went and did a screen test. And then they said, "Will he come back again so we can put him on tape?" So I went back again. And then they said, "We really like Ernie, but we want to see some people in New York." So then I waited around, and finally I got the job. And it was a learning experience. Ghostbusters wasn't the happiest time. I'm happy. The happiness came after the movie, but it was not an easy shoot. It was difficult. Well, I mean, it was shooting in New York in the winter. It was rough. The second movie was a lot of fun because I knew everybody, and we all liked each other. But the first one was difficult. Yeah, so that's my life, and yeah. So I don't know any actors here. Any guys gonna be actors? No actors. No. no directors, producers. So there's nobody I'm gonna get a job from. So I guess that's about it for me. So, but yeah, I think Ghostbusters should take place in Germany. That'd be kind of fun. There must be some haunted places here. That'd be cool.
Why Germany?
Well, yeah, Germany must have some, it's had history.
Some ghosts.
Yeah, ghosts. Yeah. I mean, they drove me from Berlin to Essen, which is a long drive. Saw a lot of trees. It's like trees forever. It's just a lot of trees. And then every time you get close to a town, they had these walls, so you couldn't see the town. It was like walls. And then you see trees. So there got to be some ghosts somewhere. Whenever there are trees, there's always something weird going on. But yeah, so that's about it. Like I said, I've been acting for about 45 years, and
Was it always your objective to become an actor, or did you plan something other to work?
Was it always my objective to become an actor? Well, when I got out of high school, I realized that I needed to do something. So I joined the military. But then after I got in the military, I had asthma, had allergies. So they kicked me out of the military after about 8 or 9 weeks, which was a good thing. Because they had this thing called Vietnam. So I was glad to get out. So I got out. And then I thought, okay, well, I need to do something. So I worked about 8 different jobs, and I went to college. And then I discovered theater. I went into a theater, and I saw this play, and I just could not believe that you can make a living being an actor, that you could actually, I mean, it was so amazing to me that I thought, if I could just do that, so I gave this ridiculous prayer that, God, if you just let me do that, I won't need any money. You should never pray that prayer, okay? It's not a good prayer. So, but I fell in love with theater, and I started in college and started doing a lot of plays, and eventually got into television and film. I spent about the first 10 years on theater. I did a play on Broadway last year. So every once in a while, I go back to theater.
Singing and dancing?
If there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll sing and dance and do whatever. I do sing, but I don't, and I've done musicals. So you do what, I'm an actor, you do what the part calls for. And then and Ghostbusters came probably about 15 years after, after I started acting, kind of came along. And then things changed a bit. That's when the film really started happening. Yeah. I'm sorry, you want to?
No, I saw it from my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Well, get her over here then. So anyway, I'm not going to bore you guys, but I'm sorry. The funniest guy? Who was the funniest guy I ever worked with?
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes? Geez, I don't know. Bill Murray was fun, but he was kind of, for as many fun times, he had some not so funny times. So it didn't balance out too well. John Candy, I like John a lot. John was fun. We did a movie called Going Berserk, I think it was. I played a dead guy.
A ghost.
Yeah, well, he was driving a limousine in the story. I don't know if you guys ever saw it, and he gets parking tickets. So finally, he gets arrested for parking tickets, and they put him in jail, and he has to go to court in the back of a wagon, and he's handcuffed to me. But I'm a mass murderer who's going to court, and I've made up my mind I'm going to break out of jail. So when the band stops, I break out and I drag him along. So he has to go on this adventure with me, this murder, and they're looking. So then I go to my girlfriend's house, and we have a big fight. And then she and I start to make out, and so he's on the other side of the door. And so he's slammed against the door while we make out. And then I die. She screams, said, "Oh my God!" And he said, "Oh," and then I die. And so now he has his body he has to carry around. So for a large part of the movie, I'm this dead guy laying up here. So yeah.
I think your own children might be your biggest critics at all. Did they, does your son like the movies? Was he allowed to play Ghostbusters already?
Oh, my kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have two sets of kids. I have kids, grown kids, they have families. And so my oldest son would say, "Dad, if you're going to die in the movie, let me know because I don't like to see you, you know." And then he was an actor for a while, and we did Oz. And on Oz, he died. And then it's kind of weird about that. So I finally got what he was talking about. But yeah, no, the kids, my little kids, I didn't let see Ghostbusters. Babysitter did. Because kids do take it personal. I had some scenes on a little reel, and so I went to the kids were like 4 and 5 years old, and I took it to their little class, and they showed the reel to show the kids what I do. But on the reel was They Hand the Rocks a Cradle, where the girl slaps me, and I start to cry, and the kids are like just totally freaked out. Oh no! So they take it. I have a brother who can't stand to see me cry in movies because he takes it very personally. It's embarrassing. He says it's really embarrassing. I wish you wouldn't do those roles because it embarrasses me or something. But no, they can see whatever they want to see. I don't let my kids are big horror fans now. The younger kids, and I tend not to be. So I'm a little surprised with that. I think I try to protect them from that, and now they totally love it. So anyway, that's what I basically have to say. But unless you guys have any other questions, I'm just very, very happy to be here. Glad you guys turned out. I mean, it's not the biggest convention, but it's been a lot of fun. You guys have been really, very, very cool. So, cool. All right. Good. It's always amazing to me that no matter where I go lately, in the States we have chapters, Ghostbusters chapters. So all 50 states now have chapters. So wherever I go, there are guys like these guys representing. They're grown men in these costumes. No, it's really cool. And I'm very, it's very proud. They make backpacks. You guys, they got the backpacks, right? In cars, they got the ectomobiles, and I don't think there's any greater compliment to a movie than people who, love it that much to go through the expense of, making it. In fact, one of the fans made this one for me. The one I had from the movie got stolen, so they took the time, and I thought it was very, very cool. So you guys mean a lot, man. Appreciate it. Good. Thanks, guys.